of the relay. So it's good to see him as well taking a two splits off his time originally, so still within a good time for Team Namibia. Ultimately, Zander, that is the plan for the likes of Region 5, is to make sure that these athletes and players have the platform to improve constantly.
Yes, no, for sure. I mean, like it's a youth game, so all these athletes are quite young. Couple 16-year-olds in there. I mean, it's a proper development phases. Rodney Fierus being only 15 years of age, that is absolutely phenomenal. If you are swimming against 17, 18 years old, I mean, this is the platform where we see sports grow, the development of sports, and it's absolutely wonderful to see so many young talents coming through.
Definitely so, and we are ready and geared up for, of course, the 100-meter freestyle for the ladies. Loads of talent to look forward to in this one as well, with the Namibian in lane number 5, Jessica Humphrey, also one of the star-studded swimmers for this one. But it's also De Villiers from South Africa that might be in lane 6, but always a threat when it comes to her swimming technique and what she can put out at the end of the day. Zander, your thoughts on, of course, this 100-meter freestyle coming up for the ladies?
Look, 100 freestyle, I want to say, is a blue ribbon event of swimming. It's comparison to the 100-meter track and field. I'm very excited to see this race. I've been fortunate enough to swim with Jessica Humphrey on a couple of relays at Senior Africans last year. Phenomenal athlete, extremely mentally strong. So I'm excited to see what she can do.
Yeah, no, looking forward to that one. Of course, as we see the ladies coming in there, Jade Piri for Team Zambia also in action yesterday in the relays, as well as Tori from Team Zimbabwe. Jessica Kamuri was quite an outfit as well. I think there is a few medals to her name as well already for Team South Africa. So it's going to be a very interesting race, this one, at the end of the day. What are some of your favorite styles, Zander, when it gets to swimming?
Look, 100 freestyle was my favorite thing to do. I love the good 100 freestyle race. Obviously, it's fast, it's a sprint, but there's that bit of endurance in the race. So it's a mentally tough race as well. You're going to feel the pain and the burn at the end, but I'm quite excited to see what the ladies can pull through.
Definitely quite excited. As we said, lane 3, 4, 5, and 6. Definitely keep your eyes out on those lanes, because it might just be a photo finish. And we're off to a good start for these ladies. It does look like lane 3 is in quite a hurry here. It is, of course, the Zimbabwean that is off the bat and ready to compete. Of course, this is a 25-meter pool, so they'll be going up and down 4 times and coming in that last one. So how would you want to approach this one, Zander, if you're an athlete in the pool right now?
I think especially on 100 freestyle, I mean, as fast as you can off the start while being controlled. Just spotting lane 3 here right now with this excellent second turn, going into the third turn with about half a second lead. It's Jessica Kamuri from South Africa. I mean, phenomenal swim from her, as well as Indiana de Villiers from South Africa, pulling it strong for them.
Yeah, Kamuri really showing some class here as she comes through and snatches that win. Another gold medal for Kamuri, and it does look like her South African counterpart in Indiana de Villiers, the 18-year-old, would be in second place. We'll need to confirm that with the time, so we'll be keeping a close eye on that one.
Yes, and there we have it. So Carmen de Villiers takes it in a 57.06. In second place, we do have Indiana de Villiers with a 57.99. And then sneaking in there was, I believe it was Tori Day from Zimbabwe. What a swim from these ladies. Coming out of lane 2. Well done, Tori.
Definitely well done to the ladies. Improvements there across the board except for lane 4 and 5. But good effort there from the ladies. Team Namibia also coming along. And it is the Sosa that also featured in lane 7. And what a race there at the end of the day. But it is 1 and 2 to South Africa and 3 going to Tori from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, absolutely. As mentioned before, 100 freestyle is one of those races you do feel the pain here at the end, but it's like I mentioned, it's a blue ribbon event. It's a fun event to swim. It's over really before it started. So, what a swim from these ladies, and a lot of swimming left for us with the men's 50-meter butterfly up next.
50-meter butterfly indeed, and it is going to be a close contested one. Of course, as we said earlier today, if you blink you're going to miss it, so don't miss it at all. It is going to be a closely contested one with Matthew Pretorius definitely in lane number 4, one to look out for because he already has a bronze and 2 golds to his name, the 19-year-old, with Christian Esterhuizen also being one of the athletes that can really put on a show here. Clayton from Mozambique has really also showed some good strides today in the pool. And then, of course, Namibia's very own Luke Beekers in lane number 3 will be in action for Team Namibia, the 17-year-old. Things to look out for in this one, Zander, in terms of technique that really needs to be executed. Where do they win this type of race? Where does it really come down to?
Look, a 50 with, like all other 50s, it's all off the start. If you can lead into the first 15 meters, you have that confidence going into the first wall. As soon as you touch that first wall, the big next thing is the underwater work off of that wall to get under the wave that's being produced by a wave of excellent swimmers. So I think the biggest part of the 50 is definitely the start, the turn, and then the finish. It sounds extremely simple, but to execute a 50 of stroke really well is I think one of the more difficult things to do in the pool.
There you have, of course, that lineup once again, but it is lane number 4, Matthew Pretorius in the pink swimsuit that you need to take a close look at, because he really puts up a fight in this instance and really brings his A game when it gets to this swimming style in particular. He clocked in at 24 seconds at 55 splits, while Esterhuizen is a mere splits behind him on 24.96. So exciting times ahead of us in this men's 50-meter butterfly. Good start there by the athletes, and it does look like off the bat it is Matthew that is good and hard off the blocks and within that final position. Of course, as we said, just once back and forth. Second place at this point in time goes to Christian Esterhuizen, and it does look like it's a battle for 3 with Luke Beekers and Clayton. Close one there.
What a swim from Matthew Pretorius. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Let's look at the final times here. He was at the water 11.3 seconds. I'm excited to see what the time will be here when it pops up. Extremely happy face, well deserved. I mean, the emotions completely understandable and well deserved, Matthew.
Well, he did take 2.9 splits off his original time and sits in first place with Christian Esterhuizen in second place, followed by the Namibian boykie Luke Beekers clinching that bronze medal and adding it to his tally.
Yeah, well done to all the medalists, and also I want to just add in well done to all the finalists. It's a Region 5 games, youth games. Just making finals in this competition already is hard enough. So credits to them, but again, Matthew Pretorius, what a phenomenal swim.
Definitely a phenomenal swim, great result there by them. So he adds another gold to his tally. That would make it 3 for Matthew Pretorius. Talking about the tallies for these teams, of course, going into today's finals, South Africa was leading pretty with 15 total tallies, total medals with 6 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze, while Team Namibia was in second place with a total of 6 medals, 2 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze, while Team Zimbabwe found themselves on 3 medals, 1 apiece, and Team Zambia found themselves with 1 gold and 1 bronze, followed by Botswana, Mozambique, and Eswatini. So all of these countries already off the board, on the board with a medal tally, and just keeping to add to that tally. Now, Zander, this does, of course, lead me to my next conversation. It's good 10 years between you being at your last Region 5 Youth Games and you being at the Africa Games last year, and clinching that silver medal for Team Namibia. How much do you contribute, or do you give Region 5 for your development as a youngster and as an athlete?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of the guys I raced at Region 5 was the same people I raced at Senior Africans, and definitely just getting that race rehearsal done at Region 5 games. It just became, when I got to Senior Africans, it was just, I almost want to say, just do what you did in the past, see what worked, see what did not work, and just continue on with that trend. As mentioned, Region 5, the youth games, it's phenomenal development races where you can learn to do new things, try new things, and just execute it when it matters at the end.
Executed when it matters at the end. As we see the ladies lining up, it's of course for the 50-meter breaststroke final at this year's 2024 Region 5 Youth Games. Of course, was supposed to be hosted in Mozambique, but Namibia up next in terms of hosting, so they did take over the hosting of these events. That's why it is in Namibia this time around. So looking forward to what is coming up next year. Of course, good times for these ladies, but in particular, Georgia Els from South Africa, the 19-year-old, already has 2 gold medals and 2 silver to her name. One of them, of course, being as well one of the relay medals from Team South Africa's relay yesterday, but clocking in at a time of 32 seconds and 20 splits, while you also have her South African counterpart and teammate Morgan Cope with 2 golds, and clocking in at 32 seconds and 44 splits. So mere split seconds splitting these two, Zander.
Yes, no, I'm extremely excited to see this race. Yeah, let's see what happens when they dive off the blocks.
Good start there for the athletes as they're off the blocks, and it does also look like lane number 3, it's Chan from Botswana, that also has a bronze medal to her name already, looking in a good position. But Georgia Els, as they turn around and come back, of course the finish line just meters away, but it is also Morgan Cope that's giving Els such a run for her money at this point in time. Els and the likes of Cope just beating it up there for that final position. It does look like it went to Cope at the very end there, Zander.
Phenomenal swim from Cope. I mean, she led it from the start. Very, very good start. Went all the way 15 meters underwater. Georgia Els giving her a run here at the end, but I mean, Cope just absolutely smashed it. Yes, there we have it, the final results with Morgan Cope with a 31.4, Georgia Els with a 31.8, and then we have Chang from Botswana with a 33.4. Excellent swims. I mean, your goal is to beat your time from the morning going from prelims to finals, and the girls executed. What a swim. I mean, for the South African ladies, they have likes of Tatiana Smith now and Lara van Niekerk to look up to. That's why we're seeing the strong, influential breaststroke coming through from South Africa, looking up to athletes that have been successful in the past.
Very much so. As Zander mentioned, 3 medals they claimed by Team South Africa, and one or two medals claimed by Team South Africa, and one by Botswana. Chan adds another bronze to her name. She already scored one in yesterday's final. So congratulations to those three in terms of that. But ultimately, congratulations to the whole field. As Rian also mentioned yesterday, it's already an accolade to be here in the finals and make it here. A tough competition. But just another look there at how closely that race was between Cope and Els there at the very end, with Chan in the left-hand corner for Team Botswana. So job well done there for the South Africans, giving each other a tightly contested race there, and that is ultimately what it is all about.
Yeah, very excited. So up next we have the men's 100 breaststroke. Same stroke, a little bit longer. You're going to see the guys use the glide a little bit more effective, a more conservative stroke than what we've just seen. We have Oliver Durant up as well, previously winning the 200 freestyle. Probably one of the more versatile athletes I've seen in the sport. I've had the privilege of racing against them last year. There we see Oliver Durant in the bottom right of our screen, just getting mentally ready for the next race.
Getting mentally ready, but we also do still have a break now, a short one, as we go into the medals tally for the men's 200 meter freestyle and the women's 100 meter freestyle that will be up next, and looking forward to those two. Of course, we had those races earlier on in the evening. Of course, in the ladies 100 meter freestyle, it was Jessica Carmody that took that one in lane number 3, sealed the deal for South Africa, clinching yet another gold, and it was Indiana de Villiers from South Africa also in lane number 6 that clinched the silver, while it was Tori Dave from Team Zimbabwe that took the bronze medal. So we'll be waiting to see where those athletes will be getting the medals up next, and as we gear up for that. Talk to us, Zander. How amazing is it to have the Region 5, not just in Namibia, but in Swakop in particular? I mean, this is very well-known town for a tourist destination, but having these athletes here that have actually might have never seen the desert meet the ocean, what does this mean for an athlete that at this age touring a country like this?
Look, that's what sport's about. It's about touring the world, meeting new people, racing different pools, and obviously a beautiful facility we have here in Swakopmund, complementing the beautiful town we have of Swakopmund. I'm a Swakopmund local, so I'm very proud of the opportunity to host such a prestigious event. I'm extremely excited about it. I swim in this pool still every day, raced here multiple times, and I'm very glad for the athletes that are here to see the place as well. Usually you wouldn't think of visiting Swakopmund, but I mean, this is an absolute stunner of a pool, stunner of a venue.
Definitely a stunner of a place. If you do find yourself hesitating whether or not you need to come to Namibia, do come through. As you can see, we've got great sporting facilities as well as great people, friendly people, and we're ready to open our arms to you and receive you well, as we see the men from the 200 meter freestyle stepping up to the medal ceremony to claim those medals for those victories earlier tonight. What a moment for these athletes, Zander, standing there. You've probably stood there multiple times. How does that moment feel?
It is the best moment. I mean, just receiving a medal, especially for your country, realizing it's something just bigger than yourself. Obviously, swimming is a very individual sport, but then you feel the weight of your country and the backing of your country. It is extremely one of the best feelings, rather.
As we see Rain and Konat from Botswana claiming that bronze medal for Team Bots, and adding yet another medal count to the tally. And then, of course, it is Joshua Esterhuizen, the 18-year-old from South Africa, clinching the silver medal for Team South Africa. And it is the homegrown talent, Durant, stepping up to claim that golden medal and put it around his neck. What a moment for these youngsters, and in particular Durant, that already adds a fourth medal to his tally. as we hear the national anthem of Namibia. Congratulations once again to those three athletes. Of course, Team Namibia, Oliver Durant scooping that gold medal, while Joshua Esterhazen takes the silver, and Rehan Konat from Botswana takes the bronze. So congratulations once again to those boys as we get ready and amped for the likes of the ladies 100-meter freestyle medal event. Of course, Jessica Carmody taking that one, followed by Indiana de Villiers, as well as Tori Dave from the likes of Zimbabwe.
Yeah, these medal presentations also allows for a bit of a break for the swimmers, especially if you have multiple events. We have the relay at the end of the night where we see a lot of athletes competing that have already participated tonight. So these medal presentations are absolutely a boost for swimmers just to get some rest and catch their breath to get ready for the next event.
As we do touch on that, of course, we know Oliver Durant was just on the podium, but gears up for his next race, which Zander touched on ever so slightly earlier on in the 100-meter breaststroke for the men, and he will be up against Matthews Mutsi from Botswana once again. And what a race that was. But we are now with the ladies, and it is Tori Dave from Zimbabwe who scoops that bronze medal for Team Zim, taking up their tally as well as they move it to 4 medals for the swimming competition. We also have de Villiers from Team South Africa adding her silver medal to Team South Africa's tally and scooping that one, while the likes of Jessica Carmody scoops that gold medal. And what a moment for these ladies, walking away with their little version of a rhino as well, being the mascot for this year's youth games. As we take a listen to the South African anthem.
Once again,
South Africa.
Congratulations once again to those three ladies. Comedy taking the gold in the 100-meter freestyle for the ladies, followed by her counterpart in De Villiers for the silver, and Dave for the Zimbabwean team in the bronze medal. 17 years of age, 18 years of age, and 18 years of age. So a very young combination here by the medalists as well, and a good stepping stone for perhaps maybe one day seeing these ladies at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a stepping stone just to get there. I mean, swimming in these events will allow you to reach those higher goals for athletes. Obviously, the Olympics being the pinnacle of swimming. Yeah, we see the men getting ready for the 100 breaststroke. Obviously, Oliver having a busy schedule, running around between medals, swimming, and now another event. So
he's probably just trying to get in his steps.
hats off to him for being such a versatile athlete, and also just being a good human being. I mean, I've known Oliver for such a long time now, so I'm very excited from a personal perspective.
And now I would like to talk about Yanni in lane number 3 that will be up here for Team Zimbabwe. We did see him improving his time by 13 seconds in the heats. So what a massive race by him there at the end in the heats, and really stepping up his game to be in the center field. He was actually in lane number 7 in that heat. So what an achievement for him to be up in this one as well, Zander.
Yeah, sometimes you just need, it all comes together in one race, and I mean, we can see that happening with him this morning, and I'm excited to see what he can do tonight. It's such a good feeling when everything that you've been preparing for just comes together in that exact moment.
That exact moment. Now talking about exact moments that Matthews will be looking forward to, the 19-year-old from Botswana, as he walks up there. He's in lane number 4 and is the top-seeded athlete going into this final, followed by Namibia's very own busybody, Oliver Durant, the multi-talented Durant, as he just steps off the medal podium and on to the racing course once again. Of course, 18 years of age, and he comes into this as the second seeded. Also another athlete to look forward to is Zach Moyo. What a race he also had earlier today from Team Zambia. And next to him, Jaden Swartz also gave him such a run for his money in that one from Team Zimbabwe. And then the local boy key, another one for Team Namibia, Nathan Bok in lane number 8. Looking forward to this one, Zander, in terms of what these boys can produce when it gets to this 100-meter breaststroke.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Matthew is looking to get the first gold medal for Botswana for the men's side. I mean, I'm extremely excited to see what they can do. Obviously, 100 meters is short, trying to see how fast they can get off the blocks, utilized underwater works during this race.
So lane number 3, 4, 5 and 6 really needs to be taken a close look at, and don't throw away 7 and 8 as well as 1 and 2. Closely contested race up for us. Great start there from the swimmers, really propelling themselves in this one. Of course, it is the 100-meter breaststroke, so they will go back and forth 4 times. So keep a close eye on that. It does look like a very good, strong start there by Muyo from Team Zambia. But don't throw away Matthews from Team Botswana in lane number 4. Really looks like he means business in this one, Zana.
Yeah, phenomenal start from both of those two. Between Matthews and Moya, I couldn't manage to make out who touched the wall first. We see the 2 South Africans creeping up on 1 and 2. Oliver's still in the race in 3rd place right now, looking extremely well as he's been doing. And it's still Matthews in the lead on that 3rd turn. Beautiful water work from Matthews, using that 15 meters. Extremely tight race.
Extremely tight till the very end here. 1, 2 and 3 neck and neck. 4, 5 and 6. Could you call that one, Zander?
If I have to put money on it, I think Moyo got it. Let's see it here. No, it was Matthews.
Matthews takes the 100-meter breaststroke for the men. It is, and even improves his time by 2 seconds. While we've got Oliver Durant in third and Muyo in second. What a race there at the end, Zander.
Yeah, phenomenal swim. I mean, Matthews took it out of hard. He finished well. Again, hats off to Moyu. Extremely well swum race. Oliver, well done. Like mentioned previously, it's a privilege and an honor to win a medal on this stage. So well done to the gents.
Well done indeed. And of course, Jaden de Swartz coming in fourth, while we have South Africa's Matthew Pretorius in fifth, and of course Yanni that we spoke about earlier on taking 13 seconds off his original time in the heat. Still improves his time in this final, and all of these races at the end improving their time in this heat. That's how hard they had to swim and really to try and stay in this fight. Just another look at how closely contested that one was.
Yeah, no, extremely well swum by all these athletes. I'm extremely impressed by them. Breaststroke's a tough event. I mean, it just depends on who gets your hand on the wall first. Look at them looking over who may have won it.
And it is difficult as well. Earlier on we had the likes of Zeidler here, Philip Zeidler, our Namibian long distance swimmer as well, the Olympian, and he was talking about maybe this should have been a 26 meter pool, because the Namibians just come in at that last very second, and just almost looks like the meter should have just been a bit longer just to get them in there. But what a swim there by Oliver Durant.
Yes, definitely having that home ground, home pool advantage. It is extremely nice swimming on your home grounds. Countries visiting, it just feels more special doing it this way.
Definitely feels more special. Of course, the next event that we can look forward to as we see Team Botswana celebrating the beautiful race there by Matthews, and you can see the delight on his fellow teammates about what just happened for them. Of course, Matthews really putting up a fight there and improving his time with a whole 2 seconds and 24 splits. So what a race there by Botswana. This is ultimately what it's all about, and that is coming to your remember, these athletes only have each other at this event. There's no family, maybe 1 or 2 parents that came through, but you are a teammate family, and looking at a moment like that is absolutely special.
Look, yeah, the first people, once you finish that race, you want to celebrate. It's your teammates standing there, hugging you, congratulating you. And during this time, I mean, you live together, you go to the dining hall together, you travel together. They do become family. As well, the coaches accompanying these athletes, they do feel some sort of a parent figure for these athletes. So it is one of those things where you use the people around you, you feed off of each other's energy. It is phenomenal to see the excitement in these young athletes.
Definitely excitement as we gear up for yet another medal presentation for tonight, and that will be the medals for the men's 50-meter. Of course, we had the butterfly earlier on for the men, and then we've got the women's 50-meter breaststroke medal presentation. So it is the likes of Matthew Pretorius that we will be seeing on the podium, as well as Morgan Cope for Team South Africa.
There we see the athletes walking up. I mean, phenomenal feeling just knowing you're going to receive your medal for your country, for yourself, and all the hard work you've done in the past couple of years.
As we see the Namibian boykie there himself as well, Luke Beekes on the right hand side in third position, clinching that spot. Of course, Luke Beekes coming into that race and actually improving his time by 18 splits, clocking in at 25 seconds and 63 splits. So job well done to Luke Beekes. Of course, second place, and claiming the silver medal is none other than Christian Estreisen Unfortunately, could not improve his time, but he still did enough to make sure that he clinches that second spot with 25 seconds and 17 splits. And then the one, the only, Matthew Pretorius improves his time as well, clocking in at 24 seconds and 26 splits. What a moment for these athletes as we do prepare to hear the national anthem of South Africa once again. Congratulations once again to those athletes, of course, being given their medals for the 50-meter butterfly for the men's division. In first place, it was Matthew Pretorius. In second place, Christian Estreisen, and Namibia's very own Luke Beekes in lane number 3, the 17-year-old scooping that bronze medal. Just having a time for the pictures, and what a momentous occasion there for them. Coming up next is, of course, the medal presentation for the ladies of the 50-meter breaststroke, and what a race that was, Zander. Just looking back at how closely they were competing, the mere splits between 1 and 2 for Team South Africa.
Yeah, I mean, it was Cope and Els. I mean, phenomenal race between them. We saw previously Cope taking it out strong and just reaping the benefits. With a 50, it's all about getting as fast out of the blocks as fast as possible, getting that turn nice and tight, and then benefiting from the underwaters. Again, mentioned Chung, a phenomenal swim from her as well, bringing it home in 3rd place.
As we see them there, talking about Chan, there she is scooping her second bronze medal for Team Botswana, and you can hear her teammates all up and roar, and such a proud moment for Team Botswana. We see you, we can see you shying away and clocking in there for Team Botswana at 33 seconds and 49 splits, while we had Georgia Els adding yet another medal to her tally, another silver one, putting her on 5 total medals at this year's competition thus far, 31 seconds and 83 splits. And then Morgan Cope snatches the gold for Team South Africa, and it is 31 seconds and 49 splits. That's how close it was between these two, as we take a listen to the South African national anthem.
Chama sa Yesu, ukeli seni twali maswe.
Congratulations once again to those three ladies. Chan taking another bronze medal for Team Botswana, and then of course Georgia Alice scooping her fifth medal of the Region 5 Youth Games here at the 11th edition, while Morgan Cope adds another gold to Team South Africa's tally. What a momentous occasion for them. Now, Zander, I'd like to touch on a very sensitive point as we sit here, and it's doping control. We see them walking around here and making sure that the athletes know from a very young age that is actually very, very much taboo. Like, you'll get pat on the hand, if you like. Talk to us about how important is it for athletes at an age like this, a tender age like this, to understand that doesn't matter how many races you're competing in for the day, it's never okay to resort into doping to try and get to your best self again.
Yeah, look, definitely. I mean, in the swimming world, we call them the vampires. Either they were either after your blood or your urine. So it was a joke running around. But yeah, it's wonderful seeing them here at these occasions, just because it is such an important thing to remember. That it is wrong, it is illegal, it's unethical. I'm very for anti or the doping control walking around here, making sure athletes are safe. And it's wonderful to see them at these occasions where they are doing the controlling, just to make sure when they go to the bigger occasions, all of them made it there fairly.
Definitely. So for all the athletes maybe wanting to aspire to the Region 5 Youth Games one day, or any other national, international competition, please make sure that you do take care of yourself. Don't ever result into any extra type of immune or booster of the body. It is illegal, and let's keep sports safe and fair. Because that's ultimately what it is the best of the best athletes doing purely what us human beings can do. As we see the ladies for the 100-meter backstroke coming out, and it is Jessica Humphreys that just taking of course the podium there, and Rosalinda from Namibia as well in lane number 5. So two Namibians as the top seeded athletes into this race, both 1 and 2, clocking in at 1 minute and 2 seconds was Jessica, while Rosalinda clocked in at 1 minute and 3 seconds for Team Namibia. Jessica Kamuri in lane number 6 also clinched a medal just moments ago, so definitely want to be looking forward to in lane number 6, as well as the Villiers for South Africa in lane number 3. So a very, very tight race that we can look forward to in this one.
Very excited to see this rematch between Jessica and the Villiers from earlier, so let's see what these girls can do.
Good start there off the blocks for these ladies, and already it looks like lane number 3 with the Villiers looking like she is powering ahead, but very closely contested with Jessica Humphrey from Team Namibia. Don't throw away Kamuri at all, she can catch up, but it's also Rosalinda in lane number 5 for Team Namibia that looks like she's neck and neck with the Villiers at this point in time as they come around for the second turn off to their third turn, which will be their last before they cross the line. Closely contested here, Zander.
Yeah, excellent underwater work from all three of these athletes. It looks like Jessica Humphrey is going to take the lead into the third turn. Knowing Jessica, she's going to hit those underwaters, excellent underwaters as mentioned. It does look like she might take the win with about 7-8 meters to go. Yes, and it's going to be Jessica Humphrey taking the win there with De Villiers in third, and then Rosalinda in, De Villiers in second and Rosalinda in third.
What a moment there. Two Namibian athletes taking both gold and bronze there, but what a swim by all three of them, and not of course taking anything away from Jessica in lane number 6. What a performance there by them.
So close for Jessica, breaking that 1 minute barrier. It's such a elusive barrier for girls, 100-meter backstroke. Again, De Villiers in second, and then Rosalinda in third for Namibia. So well done to these ladies. Carmody as well from South Africa coming in fourth place. Very tightly contested race.
Very tightly indeed. Now talk to us about that start, Zander. How important is it to get really high and good off the start for a backstroke like this?
Look, it's with the new ledges and the new technology, it allows you to actually get out of the water, fully out of the water into your start, going the full 15 meters underwater for all three ladies. It is your first stroke is the underwaters. Obviously on backstroke, butterfly and freestyle you get 15 meters underwater, while breaststroke is unlimited actually. But these athletes really push the boundaries, going the full 15 for it being such a fast stroke to go underwater.
Now looking at Jessica Humphreys' time once again, taking 2 seconds and almost 2.5 seconds off her original time. What an improvement for her. Both 1, 2, and 3 all improving on their times, as well as 4, 5, and 6. So what a swim there at the very end for these ladies. Of course, like we stated, Namibia taking both gold and bronze, but it is the South African in the silver medal position that snatches that one. So job well done to these ladies. What a race that was, as we conclude the 100-meter backstroke for the women.
Yeah, so what a race by these ladies. I do believe it's a men's 200 butterfly up next. Again, we see Oliver Durant from Namibia. Right next to him is counterpart Lorenzo Estreisen. Excited to see this race. Personally, I think it's the most difficult race there is in the pools, the 200-meter butterfly. Hence why there's only, I do believe, 6 swimmers participating for it being such a difficult race. This race being famous for Chad Leclos beating Phelps in 2012 at the London Olympics. So obviously a very tough race, but a very competitive race as well.
Very competitive indeed. Looking forward to that one as well. But once again, just a look at that win for Jessica Humphrey from Team Namibia, adding another medal for Team Namibia, and this time it's a gold one. So congratulations to her, and of course Rosalinda claiming the bronze for Team Namibia. As we see the boys coming out, the men coming out here in this race, Caio from Mozambique actually in lane number 2, Guy from South Africa in lane number 3, Oliver Durant in lane number 4 for Team Namibia, the 16-year-old Lorenzo Estreisen for Team Namibia also in lane 5, and then we've got Maham from South Africa. What a racer he is as well. And then Yanni in lane number 7, the Zimbabwean athlete once again in action here, and looking forward to that one, Zander.
Yes, let's keep an eye out in lane 6, Mahan. He was a medalist at the Senior African Games last year, so I'm excited to see what he can do today.
Looking forward to them indeed. I think this was also one of the closely contested heats. Good strong start by the athletes off the bat, and it is in lane number 3, Guy Vessels that's out of the water first and foremost. Durant looking strong, but it is of course a 200-meter butterfly. Very hard race, this one. 200 meters is no short distance, and then you need to swim it and not run it. So it is Durant that looks strong and well with the first turn there for Team Namibia. Next to him, Guy Vessels and Lorenzo Estreisen, the Namibian 16-year-old in lane number 5.
Yeah, look, very opposite swim. What we've seen from Durant, taking it out strong, taking it out in the lead, is something he has not done in the previous races. Looks extremely well. Again, good underwaters there from Durant. Estreisen tightly on that lane rope, trying to avoid all the waves that he can. And there Durant taking out first on the first 100, Lorenzo in third, and then Guy Vessels from South Africa is in second at the 100 meters.
Another look at also lane 2, Caio from Team Mozambique, looking like he's also closely contested for third at this point in time, neck and neck with Lorenzo Estresen. So that is where the race is at this point in time. It does seem that they'll be closely contested there, as well as Mahan from South Africa in lane number 6. So keep a close eye on them. Especially in lane number 6, Lorenzo looks to be Mahan really looks to be doing the work right now, Zander.
Yes, no, excellent swim from Mahan is there, but all eyes on Duran as he's going into the final turn with a hefty lead. It looks like he might break that 2-minute barrier in the 200 butterfly. Guy in second and then Mahan in third, but Lorenzo taking the challenge to them on this last 25.
It's down to Lorenzo Estresen and Mahan for battling it out for third, but it is Durant that seals the deal with Wessels short on his heels. Will it be Estresen? And it does seem that Namibia's very own Estresen clinches the bronze medal. So it's another 1-2 combo for Team Namibia, with South Africa's Guy Wessels clocking in third, but we'll need the confirmation, and there they are. Lorenzo Estresen snatches that third place finish, and Caio from Mozambique actually was very much in that race for Lorenzo as well. So that 3, 4, and 5 also very closely contested there. But congratulations to Mr. Versatile himself. I think if it was like they would have Miss Namibia, I think Durant will walk away with Mr. Versatile at this competition.
Yes, no, for sure. I mean, Durant, extremely versatile athlete. We've seen him tonight. It's his third appearance. Extremely well swum race, well calculated. He really took it out and just and he even kept it going at the end. Usually on 200 butterfly you tend to get tight, you tend to get tired, but Durant just keeping that pressure onto the athlete. So extremely well done to these guys. It is a tough race, as mentioned previously, and I mean a phenomenal swim from him, getting close to that 2-minute barrier, just missing it out slightly. He's still a young man. He can definitely do some great things in the future.
Definitely looking forward to that, as we see Oliver actually taking off a full 3 seconds from his previous score or previous time there, with as well as Guy Wessels improving his time by 4 seconds, almost 5 seconds if you like. So all of these athletes below their previous seconds. So small victories at the end for these athletes, Zander.
Yes, and hats off to Lorenzo. I mean, he's the only 16-year-old in the field. Yet again, it's under 20 games, but he was the youngest in the field, getting third place against the older athletes. Hats off to him. Obviously, maybe a bit biased being Team Namibia, but extremely proud of the boys from Namibia.
Extremely proud indeed. Of course, if you're only joining us now, you've missed out on quite a bit. It's of course the day 2 of the swimming championships here at the Region 5 Youth Games. Of course, the 11th edition, hosted by Windhoek and Swakopmund, respectively, in Namibia. And we do have in the commentary booth with me, I do have Zander Skinner, who is a former Region 5 athlete that is a homegrown talent here in Namibia. 2014 was the last time he participated in these games in Zimbabwe. Zander, as a previous athlete, what are some of the highlights that you can still look back to and talk about when it gets to these games in particular?
One of the most memorable moments was we swam in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, and I've personally never been to Zimbabwe in general, and then showing up to a new country, a new town, for swimmers a brand new swimming pool. That's always a nice thing to attend to. It's a new swimming pool that you're not used to, so that's definitely a highlight. And just swimming with your friends, your teammates, that's always been a highlight in general of where I go swimming, is the people that surround you in the sport. And definitely, obviously, the racing, meeting different people, racing against different people. It's always nice. In Namibia, you race against the same people, competition after competition, and then coming to competitions like this, it allows you to see what other countries can do.
Definitely so, as we do prepare, of course, for the next big race. And I think Zander is super excited for this one. He already circled it on his commentary papers here early on before we even started the live programming. It's, of course, the mixed under 19 4x100 meter freestyle event. And loads to look forward to this one for you, Zander.
Oh, definitely. I mean, traditionally, it's quite a new event on the calendar. It's only been in the past 6 or 7 years having 2 males, 2 females. I'm excited to see this. Usually, the order goes male, male, female, female. You want to have a strong start, a fast start, get out under the waves. But I do see some countries, Namibia included, going male, female, female, male, and I think South Africa is doing the traditional male, male, female, female. So I'm excited to see what they can do. This lead is going to leapfrog constantly with the males and females switching swimmers in their various positions.
So it's a very tactical approach by the coaches, whether they want to go male, male or male, female in this one, Zander.
Definitely, definitely. As mentioned, traditionally male, male, female, female, just to get that early lead. Again, one of the more exciting things to watch in this competition.
Now you might be asking, who is up for Team Namibia if you are watching? And it is Luke Beekers, Madison Berg, Jessica Humphrey and Oliver Durand, all medal contenders in these finals already, and representing Namibia on the podium, while South Africa has Joshua Esterhuizen, Jessica Carmody and Mahan, as well as De Villiers in their lane. So strong swimmers for Team Namibia and South Africa respectively, with as well as Zambia in lane number 5, Botswana in lane number 6 and lane number 2 with Mozambique. So close contested here, and it is of course the freestyle event. Yesterday we had the freestyle 200 meter final, and today we can look forward to, of course, that 100 meter final in this particular race. An all-male start here for the teams off the starting blocks, and it does look like Team South Africa off and out of the water first with Joshua Esterhuizen, and looks to be quick on the turn as well. Next to him in lane number 3 is Luke Beekers for Team Namibia, and on the right-hand side is Team Zimbabwe with Kyle Haynes. And what a strong start here for Team South Africa. It is South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe off the bat, Zander.
Yes, an extremely good start from Esterhuizen and Luke Beekers in that run. And in lane 1, we do see Cole also at the feet of them. Let's see if Beekers can bring it home for Namibia before the next change off.
I don't think we need to take out the likes of Tati in lane number 7 for Angola as well. Also closely contested in lane number 7. Close swim there, but it is South Africa and Namibia jumping in first, followed by Zimbabwe, then Angola. So the changeover is happening very quickly there, and it's off for the athlete. It looks like 2 female contestants in the water now for Team Namibia and South Africa respectively. It is Namibia, South Africa in lane number 4 that's taking the lead ever so slightly ahead of this swim, of course, followed by Team Namibia in 3 and Team Zimbabwe in 5th.
I think Zambia might have taken a slight lead there. Extremely well swum. Obviously, again, it's a male right now. That, like I mentioned previously, the lead might leapfrog constantly in this race. We have Zambia in first, South Africa in second, and then Namibia in third.
Contested by Team Zimbabwe in lane 5. So quick race there, and it is Zambia still leading the affair right now. It is one of the ladies that are in the pool for Team Zambia, and they're trying to catch this lead. Of course, I think Namibia and South Africa both have males in the swimming pool right now for their side, so we'll probably see a catch-up game being played here as we see lane 4 South Africa closing in quickly in this instance.
Yes, right now Mahan is taking it extremely well. We just saw him in the 200 butterfly. Right up next in this relay, Jessica Humphrey in for Team Namibia. Mahan taking the lead there for Team South Africa on his last leg right now of his part of this 100 meter.
It's going to come down to the last racer who can be able to snatch this gold, silver and bronze medals for these countries. One more racer to go in this one, as we see Team South Africa hitting the water hard and continuing with their race. Of course, the race still not over, and we are in action as we see Team South Africa now turning around. Their first turnaround for Namibia also closely contested with a male athlete in the water now.
Yes, obviously Oliver Durand chasing down De Villiers. It might just be too big of a lead for him to do. Lane number 1 there, Team Zambia with Johanna Coates still in second place.
Team South Africa is still hard in the fight here at this point in time. It does seem that Durand is a bit slowing down now, losing a bit of steam, but he needs to play a massive catch-up game at this point in time. Team South Africa coming in now for the win. It is South Africa with gold, Namibia with silver, and Team Zambia with the bronze. Congratulations to those three in the end of this freestyle 100-meter relay mixed category.
Yes, no, well done to all these athletes. South Africa bringing home the gold. Could it have been strategy that won it for them? Definitely. Hats off to the Oliver and Mahan. They just raced the 200-meter butterfly, jumping straight into the pool for their country. And there we have the final result. South Africa in first with a 3:41, Namibia in second 3:42, and then Zambia a 3:45. Extremely close contested race. In fourth we have Zimbabwe, fifth Botswana, and then sixth is Angola.
Closely contested indeed. We also saw Zambia actually in yesterday's competition, as I mentioned, the mixed 4x100 meter medley that we saw yesterday, taking the exact same positions as they have right now. So first it was South Africa, Namibia in second, and Zambia looking like they're a very strong relay team and representing, especially when it gets to the mixed category. Just another look at those starts there, Sander.
Yeah, no, extremely well done. South Africa taking it out. Definitely hats off to Zambia, as mentioned, extremely well in the relays, especially the mixed categories. It's one thing about the relays is not swimming just for yourself, but it's swimming for your country and the three people surrounding you, or four people surrounding you around the blocks. So it definitely gets that energy up. That's why it's always at the last event of the evening. It's such a hyped event that it is, you feel special to be a part of a relay team.
Definitely special indeed, and what a moment for Team Zambia. Do you think the strategy worked well when all the other teams had a female swimmer perhaps going in? They stuck to their male to try and get them that boost. Do you think that ultimately paid off for them, Xander?
I do believe so. I think they swam on their lane number 1. They had clear water on both sides of them, the males taking it out. That allowed the two ladies to swim uninterrupted, no waves. I do believe that paid off for them. What a strategy by Namibia as well. I mean, putting Oliver Durand up last. He just finished the race. He got a little bit extra time. Just not enough race to catch up to De Villiers there at the end. There we see Oliver Durand. Big evening for him. And again, well done to all these athletes. I mean, it's a tough event, and it's a tough competition.
Definitely a tough competition, but nonetheless pulled it through. Of course, Oliver Durand just adding another medal to his tally, as we see Team Zambia very vocal and alive there, and making their voices heard and felt at this final. So what was the highlight for you in these finals, Xander, for day 2 of Region 5, of course the 11th edition?
Again, Oliver Durand, I hate to bring it up, but he did it for me. This versatility of him really made it fun to watch. But also I want to say the fighting for the second and third places. It is nice to see athletes really grinding it out, going through the races. But if I had to pick a specific event, it's definitely the relay. Coaches making the right decisions, choosing the right athletes for the job. Big responsibility then on these athletes to deliver.
Definitely so, as we wait in anticipation for, of course, the medal ceremony of the events we just had. Of course, it's the men's 100-meter breaststroke, the ladies 100-meter backstroke, and the warm or the medal ceremony for the relay at the very end.
Yeah, no, good evening session here. Now the main focus is to get ready for tomorrow again, swimming being a 4-day event. Now it's trying to calm yourself down after the hype of the evening, trying to get in bed at a reasonable time. I've been in this position where finishing at 8 o'clock at night, doping control until 10, dinner at 11, and then you're still so full of energy and adrenaline from that day where you can only fall asleep at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and then being up at 7 in the next morning. So right now the athletes trying to calm down. We see some of them probably calling their parents, informing them of the good news of maybe winning a medal. But now it's really trying to focus to rest up for the next day.
I think we need to send out a special shout out to Chan's parents. I think she was having a chat with him there on that camera. So if you are watching the live stream, congratulations to them. Of course, coming from Team Botswana. Good bagging for her. The 2 bronze medals back to back for her and Team Botswana, with her really performing in those races. Of course, taking a bronze medal in the 50-meter breaststroke for the ladies. But so much to talk about when it gets to these finals. Of course, we had so many neck and necks, and that's what ultimately propels these athletes to be their best selves later on. Zander, we also saw somebody like Christine Bommer, our very own Namibian sprinter, also here participating in the games in 2018, 2020. She went out to Tokyo to put up that silver medal around her neck for the 200 meters. So this is ultimately the bigger picture of why Region 5 countries are busy with this program ultimately.
Yeah, look, all Olympic medalists start somewhere in the same region. Like we have Region 5 games. It could be different from for other countries, but you need this as your stepping stone. You need to go through these phases of your career to reach the higher goals. Yeah, and again, like you mentioned, Christine, going through Region 5 games and then on to going to win an Olympic medal. What a phenomenal performance that was, thinking back about it now. But these competitions just allow you to prepare yourself mentally, physically for the bigger competitions.
Definitely so. We're also seeing Tebogo doing very well yesterday in the Diamond League, so congratulations to him as well. Always up for a fight. Tebogo coming from Botswana as well. And as Ander mentioned, the competition had to start somewhere. These athletes need to start somewhere competing, getting used to this type of competition and the toughness of it. So it has to start somewhere, and Region 5 in this instance creates that platform for these athletes. As we take another look at some of these spectacular highlights from today's action and just how closely knit the competition has been here at Region 5 swimming, as we prepare for the medal ceremony. For, of course, it is up first for the men, where we also have Durant in action for Team Namibia, of course walking away with a bronze medal for Team Namibia in the men's 100-meter breaststroke.
There we see Oliver Durant getting his medal in the 100 breaststroke.
Congratulations to Oliver Durant once again. Phenomenal race there by him, competing against Moyo from Zambia and Matthews from Botswana, and what a closely contested match it was. Moyo scooping this silver medal, Zach Moyo, for Team Zambia at the end of that 100-meter breaststroke for the men.
Yes, that's Zambia's first silver medal as well of the competition, and now we'll see the first gold medalist for Botswana for Region 5 under 19.
What a massive opportunity and moment for Team Botswana. We can see their excitement. The gold medal for Team Botswana. What a moment for them, as you can hear the crowd chanting, especially his teammates coming through and really supporting him in this instance. What a proud moment there for Team Botswana. We can see the phones are out, the videos have been taken. The whole Botswana will know about this momentous occasion as Matthew scoops that gold for Team Botswana. What a moment there, Zander.
Oh, definitely. I mean, being able, we could spot here from the side, just the proud singing of the national anthem. It's wonderful to see these athletes sing their national anthem, being proud to be from their country. In this instance, Botswana. Um, yeah, I mean, there's nothing better singing your national anthem, having a gold medal around your neck, and just seeing the appreciation of the art you just performed in the pool from your fellow competitors as well.
Definitely so. As we prepare for the next, of course, medal ceremony, it is the ladies that are up next, and it is for the 100-meter backstroke for the ladies, of course. Jessica, Indiana, and Roslinda from Namibia in action. And what a momentous occasion as we see De Villiers stepping up to claim her.
Yes, no, well, the wonderful done from the Villiers in the third position. Up next, we're going to have Roslinda from Namibia getting her silver medal. Also, only 15 years of age. Phenomenal performance from her. And next, we'll see her fellow countryman Jessica Humphrey getting the gold medal in the women's 100 backstroke.
Of course, Jessica, they claiming her rhino and singing the national anthem of Namibia. Congratulations to that, ladies. Of course, Jessica Humphrey scooping the gold for Team Namibia. But it is to our information that the likes of de Villiers, who was officially in second place, was actually disqualified for, of course, swimming beyond the 15-meter mark. That moves Roslinda into second automatically as the third place finisher, and Jessica Carmody, that was originally fourth, moved up into bronze medal contention. So explain to us, Zander, the technicalities surrounding that DQ.
Yeah, so with backstroke, freestyle, butterfly, you're limited to 15 meters underwater. We see these red discs, the singular disc in the pool. That is the mark for the 15 meters. So de Villiers must have passed that 15-meter mark, obviously having a big advantage for the underwaters being such a critical part in backstroke. So up next we have the men's 200 butterfly medalists. That's Durant, Esterhazen and Vessels.
Correct, and thank you so much for that information. So for the viewers at home, if you didn't understand, because I was trying to do the math here, that is exactly what happened. It is, of course, Roslinda moving up into second and Jessica Carmody moving into the third position for Team South Africa. So Namibia scooping first and second in that 100-meter breaststroke, backstroke for the ladies. So it is Team Namibia now, and it is none other than Lorenzo Esterhazen scooping the bronze, the Namibian 16-year-old. What a proud moment for him. You can hear his fans in terms of his teammates cheering, while we've got Guy Vessels, the 17-year-old from South Africa, that also had a pretty good swim, of course improving his time by almost a complete 5 seconds. What a moment for him as well. And then Mr. Versatility himself once again on the podium for Team Namibia, Oliver Durant. I think we need to call him Oliver Versatility Durant. I think as a commentator that would be his name from this moment onwards, scooping his rhino as well as the Region 5 mascot as we hear Land of the Brave. Congratulations once again to those athletes for the 200-meter butterfly in the men's category. Of course, in the third place, it was Lorenzo Esterhazen from Namibia. We could hear his, of course, his teammates chanting for him. The 16-year-old scooping bronze, and of course, Guy Vessels from South Africa, the 17-year-old in the silver medal position. And then Oliver Durant, Oliver Versatility Durant in the gold medal position. What a night to be here, Zander. And of course, coming up still is the medal presentation for the 4x100 meter freestyle mixed event.
Oh, definitely. What a phenomenal evening of swimming it was. As mentioned, the medals coming up next. Oliver probably has to rush across the pool to receive his medal as well for this relay event that just finished.
As we just take another look at some of today's action there, um, just great action generally in the pool for today. Really good camaraderie between the athletes and the competitors here. And as Philip Zeidler said earlier today, the bigger the splash in terms of the butterfly, the bigger or the better the swim at the end of the day. And you can see the splashes coming through there, Durant in action for Team Namibia as well.
No, definitely. Duran, as mentioned previously, multiple times, a phenomenal evening from him. And also, you mentioned camaraderie. I do think that between the athletes of the respective countries, just making that friendship that you will have for lives. So that is nice to see the congratulations at the end and just having that mutual respect for each other's hard work for these events and these competitions. It always makes it nice meeting new people, racing new people, and then end up making friends and sometimes friends for life.
Now, before we move on to that medal ceremony, I need to touch on the officials and their important job. Maybe just your shout out to the officials. I mean, without them, an event like this and its magnitude does not exist. I mean, they stand there waiting for these athletes and to make sure that those correct times are given and that those disqualifications, when things have been unfair, need to come through. So maybe just a shout out from your end for the officials.
Oh, definitely. I mean, these are volunteers. They're not paid to be here. They're not getting any incentives. They are here for the athletes, and without them, these competitions will not happen. As we move from the officials, Zambia receiving their third place medal with Cold, Mulenga, Fury, and Coates. Well done to these four athletes.
Definitely. So, as we mentioned, Mulenga Cole is one of the athletes that will be representing Team Zambia at the Junior Worlds later on this year. And what a moment for them as we see Team Namibia stepping up for the silver medals. It is Mr. Versatility there once again. Oliver Durant in action just after his 200-meter butterfly in the men's category. He had to step up and represent his team in the freestyle mixed relay as well. So congratulations to Team Namibia scooping that silver medal. But it is the team of the day when it gets to the freestyle relay. Team South Africa with Joshua Estres and Jessica Carmody, Mahan and De Villiers in action for Team South Africa.
Yeah, phenomenal performance from these athletes. Wonderful to see, just all smiles from the entire podium up there. Wonderful to see just the pure happiness of receiving a medal for your country. Hats off to these athletes traveling from far, Zambia, South Africa, coming to isolated little town in Namibia to come race against the best in Africa.
Of course, apart from receiving those medals, they also received the Rhino mascot as we take a listen to the South African national anthem. Congratulations once again to those 3 teams. Of course, the 4x100 meter freestyle mixed event for these athletes. Race number 208 has concluded, and the medal ceremony brings us to the close of tonight. But what a evening, Zander, what an evening to be here and to witness all this tightly contested races that we've had for tonight.
Well, definitely watching event like this live, it's always exciting. It gets the blood flowing. So no, wonderful evening of racing. These athletes probably exhausted. I mean, I'm exhausted just from watching them do what they did. And yeah, again, a big thank you to the officials, all the athletes, the parents, the coaches, everyone. So yeah, what a wonderful evening of swimming.
What a wonderful evening indeed. So we do wrap up this evening's events with some highlights and action for you. Zander, I want to thank you so much for joining us here in the commentary booth. It's been an absolute treat having one of Region's 5 very own competitors in 2014, moving all the way to the African Games, clinching a silver last year. So thank you so much for making out the time, and this is ultimately what it is all about, is being in the pool and giving back in the Region 5 later on in your career. So thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me, and what an honor and pleasure it's been. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And there you have it to our viewers. Thank you so much for joining us on NBC's platforms as well as our YouTube channels. It's been a treat having you here. Of course, we do move on to athletics tomorrow, so do join us bright and early as we bring you all those action. It has been lacquer, it's been live, and we catch you tomorrow morning. Until then, good night.
From the sand dunes to the ocean tide, we rise together.